Namaste friends, welcome to my channel, Eternal Nature Values. Well friends, Shlok 39 is a continuation of just an extension you can say or continuation of Shlok 38. So where pairs of opposites were compared and taught to Arjun, victory and defeat, gain, loss, sadness, happiness. An enlightened person consider the both of the pair the same. I mean both the opposites in the pair the same. He is not disturbed with the outcome of the form of any of the opposites. Like you were trying to climb the mountain, but you could not. You were trying to compete in a marathon. You participated, but you could not win. So the win or loss for an enlightened person is the same. It doesn't matter much. You tried, that's your dharma. And trying and doing your dharma without considering its result. That's the actual dharma and that consecrates your karma. So now in this shlok, Bhagavan Krishna is relating to shlok 38, but like here it's just combined this with his karma. So those were the outcomes where he said that you should take both kind of outcomes, the opposite outcomes in the same way, and you should keep doing your duty or your dharma. Here he says about his karma. So he says that you have been taught about the Sankhya Yog. Now I'll teach you this about this yog, that is the yog which will make you perform your duty without any burning to the karma. Just do your duty. I mean, don't bother about what kind of duty you're doing, what kind of work you're doing, because you have been assigned that work as a Kshatriya. So you just do that. Now, here he's talking about his karma, and he says you should not consider, like in our common terms, in our common language, what we say. Sometimes we say that he does this petty work, like he cleans and he does a cleaning work in an office or in a restaurant or anywhere like that. So most of the time what we say, no work, no job is smaller or bigger. So that is exactly this shlok 39. Karma bandh means don't get bonded with the karma. This is a good job, I should do this. This is a bad job, I should not do this. So he says if you have been assigned with some work, do that without thinking about the nature of the that work, because whenever you have been assigned with that, it becomes your dharma to do that without thinking about that nature of that dharma. Because in our life so many times we face so many situations which are, as is said, that we see many ups and downs in our lives. That's what all about is, ups and downs. Considering you as a kshatriya, your job is to fight. Whom you're fighting with, don't consider those. This is that shlok 2.39. So he says karma yoga is the yoga. Karma yogi is the one who works without any attachment or egoism for that work. Arjun might have fought many wars with many other armies, I mean, as an opponent, and he could have fought very bravely with them. But when it happens with his own relatives, with his own gurus, grandfather, his own cousins, uncles, that was the time when he forgot his karma yoga, that is this shlok, and started losing the enthusiasm and almost put his hands up and trying to flee the battlefield. So that time, this Gyan was just taught to Arjun by Shri Krishna. Well, friends, so this is Geeta ka Gyan, so precious. That's the ultimate knowledge. That's the ultimate Gyan. In the ancient times in India, those were the times of yogis. because the knowledge was passed on through generations. But when the Hindu civilization was attacked by many foreign forces, everything was destroyed. And later on, of course, by the Britishers, who just destroyed it, plundering of Hindus' rich ancient knowledge, ancient literature, scriptures, was done by many Mughal and other invaders from Middle Eastern countries of the world. But later on, Britishers they stayed here in India and they destroyed whatever was left within the Indians. They destroyed that. Their thought process, their sanskars are what the knowledge which you gain through your blood from your parents, from your forefathers. From blood means what? Whatever you learn it is imbibed into your blood through your karma, and that gets passed on to your generations, coming generations. So that those are called the sanskars. Those sanskars, Britishers they destroyed, and just they played the mental game with Indians. They destroyed them. They made them their slaves by the fake Mayavi materialistic leisure and worldly luxuries. Indians were told that that's the only happiness in the life of any man. Just the worldly pleasure, that's the life. Hindu way of life was totally different, just the opposite of that. The teachings for generations to come, this knowledge is, this gyan is so old but still holds true for this generation even. So that's what and that's how we should feel proud to be a part of that culture, that term, that ideology, that philosophy. We should be proud of that Sanatan culture, which is full of knowledge for the humans and not for particular section of particular group of the people, particular group of the people living in a particular part of the world. It's for the whole mankind. It's for the whole world, for the whole universe, in fact. Let's go on to Shlok 39 quickly because I have already explained it. Quickly, I'll go through the English commentary.
एषा ते विहिता साङ्ख्ये बुद्धिर्योगे त्विमां शृणु बुद्ध्या युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि.
So that was a moon shlok. So his commentary goes like this. Lord Krishna taught Gyan, knowledge to Arjun till now. He says, Arjun, I have taught you Gyan, Sankhya Gyan till now. Sankhya Yoga is a path of Vedanta or the Gyan Yoga. Sankhya Yoga basically is the yoga which teaches you the methods of attaining self-realization. That is enlightenment. The yogis, how they attain that self-realization, attain that enlightenment through meditation, through yoga. That's called Sankhya Yoga. Now he says, I give you the knowledge of Karma Yoga. Through this Karma Yoga, so I'll just read the commentary. He is now giving Arjun the secret of Karma Yoga, endowed with which he or anybody else can break through the bonds of karma. The Karma Yogi should perform work without expectations of fruits of his action, without the idea of agency or the notion I do this, without attachment after annihilating or going beyond all the pairs of opposites such as heat or cold, gain or loss, victory or defeat, etc., dharma and adharma, or merit and demerit, will not touch that Karma Yogi who works without attachment and egoism. The Karma Yogi consecrates all his works and their fruits as offerings unto the Lord, and thus obtains the grace of the Lord. So it is said that whatever you do, do it in the name of the Lord, name of the Bhagavan, and whatever he gives you back or whatever you get in return, so consider that as the prasadam of the Bhagavan. So that's the philosophy in this shlok. Thanks for watching. So kindly keep watching my further videos on the next sloks, coming sloks in the coming days, and please like them, share them, and subscribe the channel. Thank you. Namaste.